What makes the Clarion different is going to be the secondary switch right here at the front of this base objective lens. What that does is essentially convert on the 384 device, it's going to convert this from a 25 millimeter objective to a 50 millimeter objective by rotating this wheel. What that provides you is two different fixed optical magnifications.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Justin here with AGM again, and we are joined today for this table talk by a special guest. Not really, not a guest to the company, but a guest to the show for the first time. This is Trent. Trent also works for AGM. Before we get into this topic, I'll just let him. You can kind of introduce yourself and kind of let everybody know kind of your history and any history in the industry and what you do currently for AGM, your involvement at the company, and then we're going to dig into talking about this product.
Perfect. Yeah, so thanks for having me. Happy to be here. Happy to talk to y'all. Trent Hinkle, Director of Sales. I've been with AGM going on 4 years now, so pretty much since the company's inception, setting up wholesale accounts. Been a man of many hats there for a little while, marketing, True. Some customer support, but you know, I'm behind the scenes now, really just helping a lot of the members, you know, set up accounts, get product to market, follow up with the support and the warranty behind it. Been involved in the industry about 15 years now, some other thermal brands in the space, so I've been very fortunate to see some of the first thermal technology coming to the commercial market, some of the first digital night vision, and seeing where it's progressed to. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, that's great. If you're going to know AGM, you shouldn't just know Randy and I. You should also know Trent. Some of these other guys bringing a lot of experience and just time in the thermal space to the table. So
there's a lot of people behind the scenes.
Yeah. So in this Table Talks, we're going to be talking about this new thermal scope of ours. This is called the Clarion, and this is both very similar and also very different from everything else that is currently in our lineup and some of the other stuff that we just put out. So we'll kind of go over just kind of the list of main features and specs. But Trent, if you just want to kind of just tell us, just surface level, what is it that makes the Clarion unique amongst our product line?
Yeah, as you kind of mentioned, a lot packed into these devices. I'll kind of start base level. We've got two models within the Clarion, a 640 and a 384 device. Both of these being thermal rifle scopes, is going to come with a 12 micron sensor. Going to have an upgraded battery life, very similar to our Rattler V2s, you know, but we're looking at roughly 10 hours per battery, give or take, so about 20 hours out of the box. It's coming with two proprietary batteries. They are rechargeable, but it will come two batteries and the charger out of the box. Internalized recording, audio, video, you know, a lot that you're going to see in a lot of the devices we offer within AGM. What makes the Clarion different is going to be the secondary switch right here at the front of this base objective lens. What that does is essentially convert on the 384 device, it's going to convert this from a 25 millimeter objective to a 50 millimeter objective by rotating this wheel. What that provides you is two different fixed optical magnifications. Most thermal, you know, is going to have one base fixed optical magnification and then a digital zoom allowing you to further expand out.
Which is something that we have talked about in a previous table talk. We went over base mag and kind of what that means and the components that kind of set your base mag for any given thermal scope.
For sure. No, and you know, with thermal, that's always kind of you know, a problem that you haven't been able to solve, right? You know, it's had us come out with certain devices. You know, maybe we want a little bit more base magnification, but we've had to shave that back so that we can offer a wider field of view to kind of hit that perfect mix of the customer, right? You didn't really get to pick and choose what that was. You were stuck with that base magnification, your base resolution, and then every time you digitally zoom up, you're cutting that resolution in half. So what we've been able to do and incorporate here, both in a 384, it's going to be a 25 millimeter and a 50 millimeter objective. Your base magnification on the 25 is a 2x, and you're jumping up to a 4.5x optical magnification on the 50. One thing just to be clear, this is not necessarily an optical zoom because it is still providing a digital zoom magnification. The main reason I bring that up is, you think of a 1:6, a 3:12 rifle scope. You've got full flexibility within those magnifications, and you don't deteriorate your image, your resolution, or the quality of your image as you go along the way. Mm-hmm. This provides you a step. Like I said, you can be at a 2x base mag, wide field of view, lower base magnification shots, or you can rotate this over, and now you step up into that ballgame of a 4.5x fixed base mag, still 384 resolution.
Yeah, and this feels like a throw lever, a normal throw lever on a scope, but it's a switch. We're switching from lens to lens,
correct,
and there's no play in between. Right?
Yep. No, and on that note, and you're holding a different model. I've talked a lot about this one. We've got it in a 640 variant as well. It's going to be rotating between a 35 millimeter and 60 millimeter lens. Same concept, right? You've got either a lower base fixed magnification. On this device, it's going to be 2x. On the 60 millimeter lens, it's going to be a 3x. So in all essence, it's bridging the gap between providing you multiple use, multiple application, all in one device. Mm-hmm. So this is why we're really excited about it. We've had a lot of users over the time, pick and choose, have a coyote driven optic, for a longer base mag, less field of view, something a lot shorter based, wider field of view, low magnification, for hunting pigs. This kind of gives you one option where you could do both.
Yeah, and that is what when we talk about base mag, or when we talk about choosing an optic, one of the big things is like, okay, well, what are you going to be hunting? What distance are you going to be engaging targets? Because that's going to be like a big that's going to influence your decision. Because if you're going to be hunting hogs, you're probably not going to be usually not shooting quite as far. Right. If you're going to be shooting coyotes or whatever else, right? And so depending on what you're hunting, you can get away with a lower base mag, or you're going to want a higher base mag. But with this, we kind of have creating the options to do either or, to do both, with the same hunting setup, with the same gun. And it also is, we occasionally see, you get online, you look at the forums and stuff, and we're occasionally seeing a request from users, from people in the market. People are saying, you guys should really make a scope with this lens size, but is this base magnification? And the reality is, like, that may not be doable. Right. It's not. We don't control that. Right. The base magnification is it's an equation of our resolution and our lens size and our sensor, and so with a setup like this, we are creating as many options as possible in one scope.
For sure. No, and just to highlight on that, absolutely agree. I think for a lot of guys out there, a lot of return, hunters that are out 3, 4, 5 nights a week, right? I mean, they're not just hunting one option. They need variance, and that's what this provides. You're not necessarily having to pay a ton more to get that variance. We still give a 5-year warranty on either device. American Defense mount comes out of the box included, but you're looking, in that $2,500 to $5,500 price point, depending on the device we've got.
Yeah, and it is so great that you can take that first step up in magnification without compromising your image quality at all.
For sure.
Right. Normally, if you want to get a little bit closer look, you hit the zoom button, and we're cutting our resolution in half. In this case, we're going from 2 to 4.5, so it's a little bit more than doubling your zoom. In this case, we're going 2 to 3, so not quite, but we are getting that closer look, that zoomed in image, and we have not eliminated any resolution, and that's really cool for a lot of guys. So.
For sure.
So That's it. A lot of the same features that we've been talking about as far as the Rattler V2 that also just came out. As far as battery, as far as like button layout, this is a very like easy to use, user friendly button layout. You're going to be able to use it really easily, you know, in the cold with gloves on and all that. And the new battery it gives you 2-3 times as much battery life as we've kind of been used to getting from a lot of what we've been carrying.
Yep.
So, and if you have other questions, there's going to be a couple other videos that we're going to be putting out about this scope specifically, kind of digging into specific features and specs. So this one is a little bit less formal. We're just kind of here talking about it. So if you found this video and you want more information, feel free to hop over to the channel and check out, the overview video for the Clarion series. And any questions outside of that, please put them down in the comments, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Appreciate it.